Shackman Repair Series Video. Principles of Electronic Faults Troubleshooting. Conduct troubleshooting and analysis of fault correlation adequately is the key to find the root cause of electrical fault quickly. The process of troubleshooting follows the principle of from simple to difficult, from external to internal. Start with the fuse, then check the electric relay, electrical appliances, finally, check the internal wiring and connectors. Electrical horn failure. Turn on the main power switch. Electric horn changeover switch. Press the horn and the electric horn has no response. Press to air horn status. Press the horn and the air horn will not respond. Remove the front end of the horn cover. Remove the rear end of the horn cover. Check whether the conductor line under the horn cover is loose. Install the horn cover. Steering wheel column guard screw position. Remove the steering column guard. Check that the connector is not inserted in place and reinsert the contactor. The horn still doesn't sound and the fault still exists. Open the electrical device board cover. Safety position of electric horn. Electrical horn relay location. Electric horn fuse. Press the fuse detection button. If the fuse is normal, judge the fault of the electrical horn relay. Remove the electric horn changeover switch to facilitate detection. Remove the interior trim panel where the changeover switch is located. Press and hold the clip and pull out the harness connector. Press and hold the buckle and remove the changeover switch from the interior trim panel. Reconnect the changeover switch and harness connector. Turn the multimeter to the appropriate voltage. Measure the end of the harness at port 1 with a black probe. Use the red probe to measure the end of the harness of port 6 or 8. Press the horn and the multimeter has no input to judge the relay fault. Relay 93 position. Remove relay 93. Turn the multimeter to the appropriate voltage. Black probe grounding. The red probe measures that the input voltage at terminal 30 of relay base 93 is normal. Insert the black probe into the 85 end of relay base 93. Measure 86 terminal of relay base 93 with red probe. Press the horn switch and the signal voltage is normal. Plug back relay 93. Position of fixing screw of central electrical device board. Remove the central electrical device board. Black probe grounding. Port E13 behind the red probe measuring device board. When the horn switch is pressed, no output determines that the relay is faulty. Replace relay 93 with a new one. Black probe grounding. Port E13 behind the red probe measuring device board. The output voltage has returned to normal. Install the central electrical device board. Measure the end of the harness at port 1 with a black probe. Use the red probe to measure the end of the harness of port 6 or 8. After replacing the relay, the input voltage of the electric horn changeover switch is normal, but the electric horn is still faulty at this time. Press to air horn status. Air horn, no response. Turn the multimeter to the appropriate voltage. Measure the end of the harness at port 1 with a black probe. Use the red probe to measure the end of the harness of port 10. Press the horn to display 0 volts voltage meter. Press the electric horn changeover switch and it is in the air horn state. Measure the end of the harness at port 1 with the black probe. Use the red probe to measure the end of the harness of port 4. Changeover switch has input or output. Replace the electric horn changeover switch with a new one. Turn the multimeter to the appropriate voltage. Measure the end of the harness at port 1 with a black probe. Use the red probe to measure the end of the harness of port 10. Press the horn and the voltage meter displays 24 volts. Press the electric horn changeover switch and it is in the air horn state. Measure the end of the harness at port 1 with the black probe. Use the red probe to measure the end of the harness of port 4. After replacing the new switch, the input and output of S226 are normal, but the electrical horn is still faulty. Front cover handle position. Pull up the handle of the front cover. Hold the lower part of the front cover with both hands, lift it up and open the front cover. Turn the multimeter to the appropriate voltage. Press the latch to remove the electric horn connector. Black probe measuring connector brown wire. The red probe measures the white-red wire of the connector. Press the horn and the voltmeter displays 24 volts to judge the fault of the electric horn. Replace the electric horn with a new one. Plug back the electric horn connector. Press the horn and the electric horn returns to normal. Press to air horn status. Press the horn and the air horn will not respond. Turn on the key switch to the on position. Press the cab electric flip switch. Turn the handle of the oil pump in the cab to the bottom clockwise. Press and hold the power flip switch. The cab can be turned over slowly. When the cab is overturned, the overturn indicator light is on. Air horn solenoid valve position. Disconnect the horn connector. Turn the multimeter to the appropriate voltage. Measure the voltage between the two wires of the connector. Press the horn and the multimeter displays 24 volts to judge the fault of solenoid valve. Remove the air horn. Replace the air horn with a new one. Plug back the air horn connector. Press to air horn status. The inflation of the whole vehicle exceeds 7 bar. Press the horn, and the air horn returns to normal. So far, all faults have been eliminated.